One of the joys of farming is sometimes you do strange things in your kitchen. All right. Whoa, whoa. So today we're working on a project we've never undertaken, and that is to put end walls on our hoop houses. All right, the bad part about starting a new project that you've never worked on is all the things you didn't think you needed to grab all the way back at the barn, because it is way too cold out here to be working on something that you need fingers. You don't need fingers to set fence posts. You need a shovel and a warm skid loader. Good morning.
Morning.
We're inside today. It's very rainy outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we'll be in here most of the day. We need to get the plastic on those 2 hoop houses, but I don't think it'll happen today. We're thinking maybe tomorrow morning, though, because it's supposed to be a break in the rain, right?
Liquid. Let's see. Maybe in the morning. Let's see the wind. It'll be a little wind in the morning.
Maybe too windy. All right, well, we'll see. Yeah. I have to be off farm 2 days next week. One day I'm going down state to pick up the rest of our fruit trees. I think we're getting maybe 25 from downstate. I'm not sure. And then Thursday, I have to speak at an engagement for some of the local high schools where we're going to talk about farming. And then on next Saturday, I got to pick up the last of the trees. We've got a little bit more that we're picking up. So busy week for me off farm next week, which is a horrible time of year to be off farm. Plus, I have to do deliveries to the members. Yeah. So next week is going to be not really good for me. So hopefully we can get that plastic up before I leave, because then you can start working the beds in there. Yeah. Get those ready. Okay, but what we're doing inside this morning is we're going to candle those eggs. Now, the eggs are supposed to hatch in the next day or two. But we want to pull out, I know some of the eggs in there aren't going to be viable because they sat out in the garage for too long. Yeah. So we're going to just go through, we put 150 in there. I'm hoping to have maybe 100. Why are you licking me, you weird dog? I'm hoping to have 100 approximately chicks. Now, these are the meat birds that we selected for, and so hopefully they'll be a little bit bigger. I don't know about faster growing, but bigger. Okay, so are you ready?
I'm ready. Okay,
I'll go get the first tray. We probably need to turn the lights off, make it a little darker in here.
Something happened, Chico.
We also need something to put the bad eggs in. So we just have a handy dandy candler here. We'll see how well it works in the semi-dark, if we can even see. Oh yeah, we can see. Oh, definitely a chick moving around in there. No chicken here. No chicken here. See him moving a little bit? On this side he is. Let me see if I can turn him a little. You can see it moving. Do you see it? Yeah, super cool. Okay. Something in there. Something in there. This one, absolutely no. Okay, this handle needs to go down before I break an egg over it. No. Yep. Nope. Yep. 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 Yep.
Yeah. So
yeah, let's let him go. He might be trying to pip, maybe. That could be why he's cracked. Okay, let's put him back. All right, next tray. Nope. Well, an entire tray of duds. It doesn't surprise me, though. These sat in the garage for way too long. So hopefully not all the rest of the trays are that way. But they may have froze at one point because I had them in the garage, which would be my bad. It's a little disappointing, but we only wanted about 100. So if the other trays aren't too bad, we'll be close. So let's hope this one's not as bad. I think I was better with this one, so I think we're okay. I am surprised it's a whole tray of them, though. No good. Uh-oh. I think this one. No good. Looks like maybe it started. Okay, well, lesson to self is to be much more careful when we have eggs getting ready. I think this guy doesn't have anything in it, but it did start to grow at one point. Jose's just grabbing a smaller tray out. This one should be viable though. Yeah, I would set it the other way so it's heavier on this side. There you go. Good, 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 good. Okay, so I'm not sure that one is gonna hatch, but we're gonna just move these ones over and then get rid of all the bad ones. And then it looks like we're gonna have to definitely do another big meat bird pull. All right, well, the bad news is it's not as many as we thought. The good news is it's not as many as we thought. So it'll make this batch a little bit easier, but this just means we'll need to get more eggs, put more eggs in the incubator. Yeah, so good deal. We're gonna have maybe same amount as we had last time, right around, we had 51 hatch out, and now we're gonna be, this will be about 60, I think, in this group. So that's not too bad. All right, these are all, wow. Yeah, I definitely left them in the garage too long. That's a little disappointing. Okay, so the last thing I'm gonna do really quick, I'm gonna put all the eggs down in here because they're supposed to start hatching maybe tonight or tomorrow. We saw some pipping though already, it looked like, so we need to get them in here and get them done.
They're ready.
On the last hatching, we had one hatch super early and it was up still in the trays like this. It just fell through, which is probably not something you want to have happen, but he was fine. All right, so 58 eggs, that's not too bad. Way better than the 150 though. So now this tray just goes back in the bottom of the incubator. Try not to crack any eggs while I move it. All right, so the eggs are back in the incubator. Paco clearly is gonna sit on the dirty table. So now what I'm gonna do is wash and sanitize our table and make sure it's clean before we eat on it again. One of the joys of farming is sometimes you do strange things in your kitchen. All right, back to work. Good morning.
Good morning.
We are in the greenhouse this morning. It is very windy.
It will be windy today, probably tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's rainy, though. I'm not worried about that. At least if it's windy and rainy, I can justify not working outside too much. But I've been cleaning out this spot here because we need room for more trays. Mm-hmm. So Jose's just in here to help me get it screwed together. I just can't lift and screw at the same time. Jose could probably do it on his own, but me not so much. Mm-hmm. No, you couldn't do it by yourself. All right, so let's get this done. And then the big project today is...
Oh, the end wall.
Yeah, we're going to hopefully finish the solid purlins on both of those hoop houses, get the wind bracing up, and build end walls, is what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
So maybe not put the plastic on today because of the wind.
No.
But yeah, too windy. It's too bad because I want to get planting in there. We have so much stuff to do. This time of year, it gets super overwhelming. Like yesterday, 1,200 strawberries arrived, 100 raspberries, all of our grapes. And then, you know, we're just getting into the heat of having to start planting out the gardens. We have not yet had to plant anything outside, but peas and stuff are this week. Some carrots are this week. It's just like, wow, what have we gotten ourselves into? We love it, but sometimes it's very tiring.
It is.
Yeah. All right, let's do this. Okay, so it's pretty much ready. I got the 2 pieces of wood. Perfect. Well, that was an easy job.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just going to bring some trays over here that I know need to get out into the sun because they're on the back shelves. They're just germinating, but they're ready. And then we'll head out. You ready to head out now?
Yeah.
Okay. And you said everything's out there. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, well, let me just get these plants moved and then I'll meet you out there.
Right.
Okay. Thank you, Jose. Still need more space for starts, but at this point I don't have the heart to pull all these beautiful greens out of here. And we've been harvesting them for members, and I know members are really enjoying having fresh greens, and these kohlrabi will be ready here pretty quick. But I just can't see wasting all of this beautiful stuff we've been growing. So I'm just gonna have to keep trying to figure it out for another week or two, and then eventually it's just gonna have to go. I won't have enough space. But for now, we'll make it work. All right, it's very windy out here. We're gonna start by focusing on the wind bracing and the center purlin for this guy. And then we will come back and do the end walls for this smaller guy. Okay, so we just loosely put on the wind bracing until we're ready to plumb the corner, meaning make it square. Because we utilize these to help decide where this bar needs to be. All right, now we're going to take a few minutes, put all these brackets together that we need for the center purlin. They're pretty simple. Okay, so a little snack, and then clearly the wind blew our ladder over again and took away Jose's hat. Run, Jose! All right, so now we're putting the end brackets on. We already hung all the brackets down the middle. We're just gonna put these at the end.
Yep. That I need.
Alright, so we went in for lunch, and while we were at lunch, our center bracing arrived, so that's awesome. So we're going to go ahead and get that done now. And then, obviously the wind did not slow down, which, it's brutal out here. Everything's blowing all over. It's annoying. Alright, back to work, Jose. Oh wait, you are working.
I'm working.
These are the pieces for the cross bracing, which we did it on this bigger hoop and we really liked it, so we're going to do it on this guy. And the reason is it's really nice for trellising. It makes trellising these center 2 rows super easy.
Yep.
So we went ahead and got it. If you can even hear what I'm saying through all this wind. These go on every other bow. It's going to be harder though. The last one we did them on the ground, so it made it easy to measure where they needed to go. This is going to be a little harder. Your knife is right there. See it? The other thing we ordered is the trellising for it, which this is going to be our tomato hoop house this year. I don't think it was completely necessary. It's a little on the expensive side, but
Yeah.
when you're trellising tomatoes, sometimes having something ready to go is way easier than trying to figure it out. So we did order that for the trellising for the 2 outside rows. Yeah.
We had to pass through it.
Yep, then this passes through it, through the bottom part of it, and then this attaches to the bow. So instead of having to wrap it like you do, it'll be a lot easier, I think. All right, here we go. All right, we're gonna need we're getting close down here. We got to do these, and then they must have changed the way they were doing their cross bracing, because on that one, the bigger one, it's every other. And when I ordered the cross bracing for this guy, it's come one for every one except for the 2 ends. They don't do it on the ends. So yeah, it was a little surprising. So we have to go back and start the first 2 or get the first couple that we missed.
Yeah, more support.
More support, but it's coming along good.
This morning it was a little raining, but right now it's beautiful. It is 60 degrees right now, 60, wow, it's beautiful. So I will continue working in this other hoop house because it's beautiful. It's perfect to be outside. Perfect. So I will install in the new kit for trellising. So I guess it will be easy, but you know, always say it will be easy, but sometimes no. Sometimes no. Okay, one side is done, completed, so it will pretty easy, I think, yeah. Okay, now I will continue on the other side, so I will repeat the same thing what I do on the other side.
We are upstairs in the barn this morning.
Yeah!
It is the 28th. And so today we're working on a project we've never undertaken, and that is to put end walls on our hoop houses.
Yeah.
Now it is kind of drizzly outside, so we're gonna move the wood downstairs and just see what happens with the weather before we commit to working outside, because it is cold today.
Yeah.
And it's one thing to be cold, it's another thing to be cold and wet. That's like a whole nother level of uncomfortable. So we have some really long 2x4s here that we're going to bring downstairs. They're 16 footers, I think, maybe 14 footers. They're really long. And then we are going to bring down some of the other 2x4s we have, and then decide if we need to pick up any additional wood for this project, which we may need to. I don't know that we have enough 2x4s. I don't see how anything ever gets done on this farm. Yeah, because I think we're going to need a longer 2x4s than what we've got here. You might as well take those down too.
I think we have extra here. Couple.
So I bought these really long 2x4s thinking we were going to need to run it all the way across the bottom of the hoop house, but that's not the case. The kit that came does not need this, but we're going to need long ones to go from the ground all the way to the arch, so these will work for that.
That's your mama, Ooops.
All right, the bad part about starting a new project that you've never worked on is all the things you didn't think you needed to grab all the way back at the barn. So we've only made about 3 trips back now. You think we're good for a little while?
I think so.
I managed to pull a few weeds in the hoop houses because they're coming in strong. We really need to start plasticking stuff longer. It is weeds are craziness. All right, let's not lament about weeds or we'll be crabby while we work. Okay. Oh wow, you dug out that big old weed? Okay. So. Okay, so one of the things we're doing is offsetting the doors. So the door on this end will be between these 2 rows. Tronic, get out of there. Man, puppies. We don't need you digging up our work. Okay, one thing we're doing is offsetting the doors. So we're making a door on this side that will be between these 2 beds and on that side between the other 2 beds. The reason for that is when we bring the tractor in and out, sometimes we don't want to disturb certain rows, and if we have a door in the middle, we've got to get the tractor over to either side. So if we have a door on each side, it'll make it a lot easier for us to bring the tractor through without disturbing the beds in the middle too much by having to bring the tractor across, because surprisingly, those two-wheel tractors take quite a bit of room to move around. And so the more jostling we have to do to get it from one position to another is the more room we're going to need. So I think best idea is just to have a door on either side so we're never having to cross the middle beds. Okay, because we have to put brackets on, Jose is taking off the wiggle wire track so we can put the brackets on.
Somebody was screaming, but the chicken.
Good? Yeah. Okay. Now we got these two, and then you're going to cut. Yeah, that's good. Okay, from now on, Jose doesn't get to pick the project on cold days. We should have set fence posts or something where we would be shoveling or staying warm, because it is way too cold out here to be working on something that you need fingers. You don't need fingers to set fence posts. You need a shovel and a warm skid loader. Despite my whining and complaining about the cold, we're out here to do a second end wall. And the reason is because we have all the stuff out here, so why waste what we already brought out here? So we're going to get started on the second side. I'm going to get going. Jose is going to be out here in a few minutes. Okay, we're debating on whether or not to keep going, but Jose says the forecast says it's supposed to start raining by 5, and we either want to do both of them or quit now, because we have all the tools out here, but we need to go back and get wood. So Jose says quit now because we don't want to be caught in the rain either with all of our tools and everything out here.